Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's Grumpy Vlogger Live.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another week of Grumpy Vlogger Live. Oh, my goodness, I'll tell you what, we've had a beautiful day today. Got up to 80 degrees today here in Muskogee, Oklahoma, with a nice, comfortable breeze. It was a warm breeze, but it was nice. Got out and did a little shopping today. I'll have more about that after a bit. But let's go ahead and bring in my co-host. One of the three conservative gimps, Mr. Art Carlson. Hey, buddy.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like you got your backgrounds working a little bit.
Yep.
Still having problems with vMix?
Need to work on that. For some reason, my Logitech camera is coming in at a very low resolution.
Really? Huh.
Yep.
Yeah, it should be coming at 1080.
Yep.
We'll go over that, if not after the show, sometime this week, before next weekend.
This week, because I gotta go to bed soon after this show.
Oh, okay. Well, we can do it sometime this week. So,
yeah. Mm-hmm. Hey, we got Don Mudball Creative and David Easy Drone Dude.
Well, we're going to say hi to everybody. Let's go ahead and bring in the third conservative gimp. Hello, Charles.
Hey, Lloyd. Hey, Art. Everybody in the chat.
And let's just jump right into it and bring in the Thunder from Down Under, who's enjoying a race day in Melbourne.
Yep.
Hey, buddy. How you doing?
I'm on site. I'm just walking around because I've about 45 minutes got to meet up with my brother and my cousin for a lunchtime meet-up, let's say.
Okay. All right. So, hey, let's just jump right into greeting everybody in the chat. Let's see. It looks like Grant, who has changed his name to Grant-Mr. S, which is a lot shorter to write when you're, having to use a iPad. Appreciate that, Grant. And we got Jody, Drone Shots. And we got
Jody.
Captain Joe America, USA Drone Flyer. And Mickey Moo Productions.
Mickey Moo, he's over at my channel.
Yeah, he's over at your channel. And let's see. We got Art. We got Bryan, Waypoint, New England.
Bryan.
Charles Gillespie. Let's see who else there.
Tammy Jean.
Tammy
Jean. I did see her pop up. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And AZ Drone Dude is here.
Yeah, B. David.
Yep. And pardon me.
Steve Knowles.
Mudball. Don Mudball Creative.
And Justin.
Justin, yes. And Justin will get to meet somebody tonight. First introduction on this show. Just special for Justin too.
Right.
So let's see. Steve Knowles we mentioned, and looks like we're caught up for the moment. So, anyways, you guys know that I play around with ventriloquism, and I've been. I started working on my dummy, and I'm just about there. I've got to finish up a few things on it, and a little bit more paint to do on it. But he wanted to meet everybody, so I'm gonna bring him in tonight. And
okay.
So guys, notice he has on his Johnny Drone Flyer hat. This is Justin. Hi guys. Hey, my name is Justin, and I'm a dunny. I'm not a smart dunny, and I'm not a dumb dunny. I'm just a dunny. I'm just like the real Justin.
Just like the real Justin.
Well, anyways, I'm a little anorexic because he didn't get my stuffing done. As you can see, he's a little skinny, but he's there. But anyways, he's got the side to side. Well, he's got the blinking eyebrows. Let's see, which one is that? Okay.
Yep.
I got to find all the controls because I'm not used to doing it yet. So
That's what she said.
1, 2. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, there they are. There it is. Okay. His eyes move side to side. And it just so happens the way they're set up is my finger hits the eyebrows every time I move it, And but anyways, they're semi self-centering. They're not completely self-centering, but
Yeah.
and like I said, he had
Offered thing going.
yeah, he's it's hard to set it up, but anyway, so yeah, here's the back of his head,
Okay.
and but this hat fits perfect on him, and
You know what? That probably looks like something that Mrs. Stuckley would see.
Yeah. Right. And this is when he wants to, do some drone flying, some FPV,
Okay.
I caught what you said, Art. I didn't think that was very funny, Art. Hey, Charles, how you doing there?
Good, Justin.
Oh, that's the only way we can get Justin on this show is to have me on here, and I'm smarter. Anyways, guys, I'm going to set him over here. But yeah, I just hope he doesn't fall over because he's a little top heavy. That head's a little heavy, but I don't have any weight in it yet. So, because I haven't done the, I was fortunate enough today. I did some shopping and I may just leave him bald headed like that, or I may go ahead and put some hair on him. I've got a white wig. Halloween is a great time to buy crap like that. I found a kid's white-haired wig, so I bought that, and I got everything on sale. It was like 75% off, and I bought a mullet, which would fit the real Justin. He's this mullet kind of guy, I think. So, yeah. And anyways, so I got that, and then I stopped off and got his clothes over at the Salvation Army. Spent all of $1.25 for his pants and his shirt.
You get the senior citizen discount too.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Well, and the other thing is I figure if I don't use him, I can always send him to you, Art, because they should fit you.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah. Gesture mullet. Oh, hell no. Well, I bought the mullet, but it looks more like a hippie than anything. So, but the white hair just stands straight up on end. It's just, oh yeah. And it was actually kid size, whereas the mullet was more adult size. So,
well, you could go for that Ken Heron look if you got glasses.
Well, yeah. And I've got glasses that he can wear somewhere around here.
There you go.
But anyways,
Karen.
Yeah. But he's 3/4 of the way. I got the material to do the padding. They had some there at Walmart on sale, and as a remnants in a bundle, and for like $6, and it's 3 yards of material. So,
right.
And it's flesh tone. So that's the other good thing is I don't have to worry about and of course he didn't have his hands because one, I still haven't painted them. I got to paint the hands, to add to it, and then I got to sew the legs and the arms, and then staple them on, and put some adding in there because he does look a bit anorexic. So, anyways, that's Justin. That's his first introduction. I wanted everybody to see it. Justin had even made a comment when I got everything working to put him on. So. Yeah, you have a big head. Yeah, well, so does he. This guy's head is bigger than mine, but or as big as mine anyway. So, but yeah, so I'm real happy with him. And once I get done with him, I'll start on the old man that I've got. I've got another pattern. I'm going to 3D print that one, and I don't have to worry about teeth on it because it's actually toothless. It was made that way. It's nothing but gums. But anyways, it might look a little bit like Dominic when I get through with it. Who knows?
Yeah.
But so what's going on with you guys?
Just enjoying my day off, trying to get stuff together, working, and I got my camera working, and I got the new 7-port hub in, so I've got Stream Deck plugged into it. Sort of got that going, got the plug in. I just need to get vMix and everything working together, and then if I get, I put the PC out in the living room, so
Right.
that's going to be kind of a server or a NAS. Then that way I could transfer files back and forth, get that all set up, and then I forgot to get the my Excel file that has all the addresses, so I could start mailing Christmas cards out.
Yeah, I'm not that good yet. I'll never be that good. Yeah, you're gonna be way ahead of everybody. If you, it's the 6th of November, and you're already getting your Christmas cards started and getting them mailed out. Yeah.
Well, I got the address labels on, and I got whatever cards I have left. I already have my signature in there saying "Merry Christmas, Art," and I got a small stack of that. And also today, my pack of 100 Christmas cards showed up today, so I'm able to get everybody on the list. We'll get a card. And so
also welcome to
for now is the 1 terabyte flash drive.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
Hot rod.
Yeah, and we also got Yellow Rose Drones. That would be Lee, right?
Yep.
Yeah, Lee Beasing. And Beasing, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I always say it the other way, and I know it's Beasing. I know that, and I just say it wrong every time.
Mm-hmm.
But,
just think of bees that sing.
Yeah, bees that sing. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'll tell you what, Rod. You guys are grumpy. Yes, we are. Well, at least I am. Yeah. That's Barkley.
Barkley.
Yeah. Barkley. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So just wondering, what ended up happening to your computer that?
I have no idea. I don't know if it was a Windows update that screwed up my audio. I just couldn't get the audio working. But laptop is doing great. Yes. What?
Well, I was laughing at Mark. He said too much porn. No. What did you upgrade to Windows 11 on it to start out with? Is that
one?
Okay, because sometimes Windows 11 is not compatible with a little bit older hardware.
Right.
Although it shouldn't make a difference because this one I've got is running Windows 11, and it came with Windows 11, and it's a good. Well, let's see. When was the first spin up?
That would be 18.
Okay, so I got this around right after that spin up, which was in December, if I'm not mistaken. So I got this in for Christmas of 2018. So so that's how old it is, and it's still running like a champ. But then I don't use it for anything but this. So, and I keep it. I did add a. I put in an M2, another M2 SSD and or M2 card, and a PCI card, and I put in an actual 1 gig. Was it 1 gig?
Right.
Or 2 gig SSD. So it's like 1 gig of regular hard drive. It's got 256.
Oh yeah.
250. It's got a 1 terabyte hard drive. It's got a 256 gigabyte M2 slot. It's got a 1 terabyte SSD and a 1 terabyte M2 because it has 2 slots for the M2s. So, and
well, this laptop also has a slot for micro SD card. So I've got a 128
Jim.
plugged in.
Oh, Mark.
Mark R. White and Jim's droning.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
You guys are seeing it before me. How come I'm not seeing it? Let's see.
And I'm just here on StreamYard.
Oh, I know why.
YouTube. Oh, and I have my other monitor, my big monitor over here. Now, if
there
I
it
could
is. I see
figure
it.
out how to set it up to where I could have YouTube over here and watch the chat on that one, and just have this one for StreamYards.
Expand your desktop. Go into your video settings and put expand desktop. And it makes it all one desktop. And then when you open it up, it'll open up on your main screen. Then you just click down and drag and put it over there.
Okay.
That's what I'm doing here. Because this monitor that I've got over here, it's actually the bigger monitor. It's what I have my chat on, and I also have Judy's monitor on it. And it's actually an all-in-one computer,
right?
But it has an HDMI in as well as an HDMI out on it. So I just plugged HDMI out into my or in, whichever one it is. And there's a button on the side. You just push it, and it automatically turns it into just a monitor. So
okay.
Something that Dell did that was smart, because everything goes to crap on these all-in-ones, and you're stuck with them. But the monitor's still good, and it's like, what the hell? So that's what I.
This laptop has 2 USB ports, one on each side. It actually has a USB-C that's also where I put my charger in.
Oh, okay.
And it does have a separate port if I wanted to get just the charger thing. And then I'd have an extra, USB-C open.
Yeah.
And I have a SD slot for micro SD. And so I've got that in my 7-port hub, and it's working great, and I'm loving it. Before I came on, I was on using the camera on the laptop. Now I have it switched over to the Logitech.
Yeah. And it looks good. It's looking.
Yeah, it's got a little jerky in it.
Yeah, it's a little laggy. But it's only 1080, so I mean 720 is what StreamYard uses, so but anyways, well, that's good. Charles, how did you game this last Thursday? I think I saw
yes.
it.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. I think Bill at Coast to Coast Drones was talking about doing something along that line, except basically a drone-related version of D&D, in which, well, I flew my drone into this room. What'd you do in that room? Well, I crashed against the wall. Okay, how bad's the damage? Yeah,
drones and dungeons. Okay.
Drones and Dungeons, yeah. D&D, Drones and Dungeons, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But
Drones and Dragons.
Oh, this is funny. That's hilarious. Nope, that's not it. Where'd it go? The next one. There's the one I want. We would never refer to you as a little jerk. Well,
we got Mr. B. That would be. Help me out. Michael, yeah.
Michael, yeah. I was going to say Michael, isn't it?
Yeah, because his last name is Beat. And that's what the Mr. B is. So it's Michael. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
And by the way, Joe, your candy is on its way. Shipped it out this morning. Yep.
Good.
So.
Are you, Justin wants to know, are you running the camera through a powered splitter? Art, if not, your camera might be not be getting enough power. That's the case too, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
right.
if your splitter is not a powered USB splitter, that will cause it to
Oh,
suck because it
you
has
know
to.
what? The other hub that I have does have power to it because on the end it has a USB so that you can charge things with. So maybe what
Right.
I'll do is I'll use that other one, and what I'll do is I'll run my mixer through that and the camera through that. Yeah.
Right, because you should really have them directly right into the PC if you've got enough ports. But
Yeah,
if you don't,
yeah,
if you had two extra ports, one for the camera, one for the, but especially the camera, that's probably where
yeah.
you're.
So maybe what I'll do is I could put either the mixer or something through the hub and free up one of the ports and just plug the camera right into that. That could
You could
solve.
do that.
So
Yeah,
that's a good
yeah.
idea. Thank you, Justin. Yeah.
Yeah,
good
and
point.
I meant to ask you about that earlier because I know I've run into that. Certain things will not run on this if I don't run them through a powered port or through the directly on board.
Mm-hmm. Right. We got Johnny Drone Flyer. Hey, Johnny.
Yes, I just saw
Hey,
that.
Johnny.
Hey, Johnny, I want you to know the hat that I got from you. Whoops, works very well on Justin. This is Justin the dummy. In case you guys, anybody that came in late, this is, and he's got on his Johnny Drone Flyer hat.
Mm-hmm.
Hey Johnny, thanks for the hat. I really like it. I do. I do. Anyways, put him back over there. I had my dog was barking at him today, and Judy was getting aggravated because he just kept talking and the dog kept barking, and she said, "Shut up, both of you, all three of you, shut up." me, the dummy, and the dog are all pissing her off today.
That's funny.
Yeah, it's because I just kept going with him talking, and she finally got mad, and she said, "Would all three of you just shut up?" Okay, I'll go put him back in the living room, get him the hell out of the line of fire, because he says whatever pops into my mind.
So I got a ton of room over here, so I got enough room for my mouse pad, and I got my wireless mouse, so I don't have to use the pad on keyboard.
And Johnny DRC, welcome. I see you're here too.
Hey, Johnny D.
And well, I'm sitting in a little. I mean, you see how big this is about how much space I. God, I hate Oklahoma during church. Friggin' critters in Oklahoma, they are just everywhere. And I just want. Did you see what Barkley put up there?
Yeah.
My ex would say, "Shut up, Justin," and you too, dummy. Yeah, I think that's the way Judy felt this afternoon, because I'd been out this afternoon and she was napping, and I come in and put him all together, and threw him together and was showing him. She didn't think it was funny. She was pissed off because it was a bear, the older Chihuahua. He was barking and then running up behind her head, which was pissing her off, and she's trying to get him to shut up, and the dummy just kept talking, and finally she just told all three of us to shut up.
Mm-hmm.
She figured I'd get the hint eventually, so
Mm-hmm.
The nice thing about being a ventriloquist is when I'm going down the highway and I can let one of my dummies talk and cuss the people out, nobody sees my lips move.
And then when you get pulled over by the cop, you get cuss them out, and hey, I didn't.
Yeah,
the dummy said that.
The dummy said it. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Hey, would you like a donut?
Yeah. That would.
Yeah.
You know, the thing was,
Don't
is,
look in the trunk. That's where the cocaine is.
yeah, we used to get Krispy Kremes down here at the donuts, the pastries, and they are really good. And you want to get them when they're hot, so they're usually coming right from Tulsa at the bakery and coming right down here. And they always came in about 2:00 in the morning. And I'd come. They got to where everybody knew I was going to come in and grab a half dozen fresh donuts and take them home. Finally, and it seemed there was invariably at least one police officer around when I showed up. Finally, one of them says, "How is it you know that the donuts are here and fresh?" He says, "You're getting here while they're offloading them off the truck." I said, "I just looked for the cop cars." He didn't see the humor in that, but everybody else did. He finally laughed about it. He says, all right, yes, yeah. They can handcuff the dummy. Yes, they could. Yeah.
And
but,
where I live, there's a Winchell donut shop across the street from where I live. Yeah.
We used to have a Winchell's here in town, but it closed down.
Mm-hmm.
And, well, the problem was Winchell's
Hi,
is yeah, welcome, Bob. Got to say hi to Bob Casey.
Oh, Bob.
The thing is about Jim is over here on my channel now. Okay.
That's the way.
We have a state donut company that puts out fresh made donuts. They're called Daylight Donuts. They're a franchise. And
Okay.
they are really good. They're very light and fluffy, delicious donuts.
Right.
And I don't know that they're quite as good as Krispy Kreme is, but they're still pretty darn good. And and that has been the problem, is competing with that franchise, because they're all over the place.
Right.
There's at least 2 in every town, and Winchell's, which is a big chain, just couldn't quite compete with them. But although Krispy Kreme seems to have, I think, put part of them out of business.
Right.
But yeah, because my cousin actually, she owned a franchise for Daylight Donuts.
Right.
And,
Cool.
and that's where I learned how to make the frosting for both the chocolate donuts, chocolate covered raised donuts, and the glazed. Yeah, she told me how they made it. It's like, oh, that's simple enough. Glazed donuts is easy. It's just a little bit of milk and a little bit of powdered sugar mixed together and stirred up, and get it down to the consistency you want it. There you go.
Right. There you go.
Yeah. Anyway, so that's the food portion of our show.
Yep. There we go.
Johnny D says a Krispy Kreme closed there.
Matthew Perry Johnson.
Yep.
Yeah. Hey, I did see something. I just watched a video today, and I saw it pop up, and I hadn't got a chance to watch it. There's a guy whose name is Mr. L. Boyd Reacts. That's the name of his channel.
Yep.
Do you guys know who he is, or have you watched him?
Yes.
No.
Yeah, no. I've watched him a couple of times.
Well, his channel was just demonetized, and he was taken out of the program. What do they call that? The partnership program?
Yeah.
Because they said his channel was not viable enough anymore.
Oh.
And it comes down to he was doing reviews of certain shorts that popped up as well. And they pushed him to do a lot of shorts, and so he was doing shorts, which brought millions of views to his channel. But now what's happening is apparently YouTube is going back, and they push the shorts. And now they're reneging on it, and they're starting to look at channels and decide whether they're viable. They don't like and if they've run a lot of shorts, or if they're getting all their views off of just shorts, well, they're no longer viable, and they're taking them out of the partnership program. So shorts may be on its way out when it comes to YouTube. So be aware of that.
YouTube may be on its way out when it comes to YouTube.
Do what? YouTube may be
on nonsense up. They're gonna screw themselves over so badly.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yes,
and,
I
and
am,
they
Brian.
yeah they do this all the time. They change they basically move the goal line on everything, and then
Right. Yeah, the goalposts.
and
Yeah,
he
they moved the goalpost.
the goalpost. Yeah,
Yeah, the
Yeah.
goal.
yeah. Well, a goalpost, goal line. You got to cross the goal
Whatever.
line before you can put anything
Yeah,
through the goal.
depends on what country you're in.
Yes, exactly. See,
Right.
it depends on
Mhm.
what. At least I didn't say they didn't. They didn't move home plate. On the football field.
Yeah.
I could
You're
have
pretty
said something like that. I'm not a.
Mhm.
And besides, they do have to reach for the goal line because they can't run up and jump through the goalposts. I mean, that doesn't make any sense. It's a goal line. See, Art. See,
Mhm.
it's a line they got to cross.
Mhm.
The only reason that
I think
goalpost is
Justin
there is
makes
for
a
the
good
extra
point
point.
Mhm.
Yeah, for the extra point. That's the only thing it's good
there.
for.
If it's more reaction, I think it's more reaction videos that I want. I want
Well,
you to do
yeah.
your own content. Yeah.
Yeah, you can cross the goal line while you're playing ice hockey. You can, yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, and probably rugby too, or
Mhm.
Australian League, because they don't.
Rugby, rugby. You've got to cross. You've got to cross and put the ball down. But in AFL, you've got to kick the ball through the two big sticks.
Oh,
Right.
that's right. Okay, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's
Mhm.
hard
Yeah,
to kick the
that's
field
right.
goal when they change the ball to a bowling ball. Exactly. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Why not?
Well, and that's why the Iranian, no, it was the Iraqi soccer team always sucked because Saddam Hussein was making them kick a cement soccer ball. You got Kai in the sky, apple pie. Oh,
Hey,
in-
Kai, how you doing? Welcome to the show.
Guy.
All
I'm
right.
gonna repost my reaction video to my reaction. Well, man, yeah, I know, right? They just keep changing the rules. It's like to the point. I don't care. And
Yep.
here's another thing. You had that. You had a video pulled down, and I had a video pulled down. It had something to do. I'm wondering now if it had something to do with the elections or whatever. I can't remember what we even said that they. I never did figure out what it was that we talked about, but
Yeah.
that they pulled it down.
Mhm.
But yeah, they don't want you making money off of others' contents because it becomes a nightmare with copyright claims. Well, this is true, and I think the reaction videos I've kind of felt that was, a little bit infringing on other people's copyrights. But
Oh, yeah.
No, because in that case you're. Yeah, well, you can say you're a big fan of somebody. That doesn't hurt anything. But it's when you show their video and then you have a reaction to it.
Oh,
I
yeah.
think
That's called comedy. You're trying to react to, some of the
But that's
stuff. But it's just a short, segment.
Right.
It's not. I'm playing the whole short of theirs.
Right. Yeah, and well, I think the other problem is, I actually like seeing young people that aren't familiar with certain types of music react to it and the shock when they find out, how good this is, because there's a lot. I like listen to a lot of music videos, and in every genre, predominantly 50s, 60s rock and roll, and a little bit of the 70s. I believe being in the military in the 70s, I didn't have a lot of use for rock and roll back then. I went to the country. Well, because the bar outside of our base, right outside the base gate, was a country bar. So, that was the easiest one to get to. It's one that if I got too drunk, I could walk back from. But I didn't think about drinking and driving, but then I only had 2 blocks to drive or 3 blocks to drive to get back, But I wouldn't do that now. There's no way. I'm like,
it's expensive too. Now it's up to 13 grand if you get a DUI, because then you gotta pay for a lawyer, go to community service, and pay the
Yeah.
fines. It's like, oh shit.
I mean, and it should be that way. Hello,
Mhm.
Steve.
Hey, Steve.
It should be that way because
We got Laura, little Llama Laura.
oh, hello, Laura.
It's a
Yeah,
fishing hat.
and I've actually got a hat like that. It's
Mhm. I got one
I have
too.
I
It's a
have
white
one
brim
that
hat
is
to keep the sun off me.
great.
Mhm.
Very sunny.
Well, I have one that is a Air Force blue camo.
Mhm.
So it's it's a camo pattern and Air Force in shades of Air Force blue. So
Mhm.
I've
Mine's
had it forever.
camo. But my then fiance's brother.
Roll back on your gums, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. I think I got pulled over once, and only because I could say the tongue twister the cop asked me was the only reason I got out of it. And
There you go.
he followed me all the way to I was going the back roads on the base gate, and he saw me swerve a little bit, and it was basically because I was reaching for the. Remember when they used to have push-in lighters in your cars?
Oh,
You could.
Mhm.
Yeah, I was driving one of them old. Was it Cadillac Eldorado? Is that what they
Oh,
were?
boy. Yeah.
And I was driving that big old land
Yeah.
yacht, and
Yeah. Steering wheel.
yeah,
on it.
yeah. And I was reaching over, and I did this when I reached over because you had to reach halfway across the dam, halfway to the next state just to get to the damn thing. Because
Mhm.
my lighter, and I was out of matches. My lighter had run out. It was a Bic back then, and so
Not this one. It's another one, Laura.
So, anyways, I went to light my cigarette, and he saw me swerve, and I explained to him.
Mm.
Yeah, well, I was lucky. Fortunately, he actually knew me from
Mhm.
some of the work I did on base, so he knew who I was. But he escorted me.
Because you
Gave me
were
a
on
police-
milk cartons. Actually,
Yes,
milk or alcohol bottles. Yeah.
yeah, I was on alcohol bottles. Yeah, I drank pretty heavy back then. But
Mhm.
yeah, he followed me all the way back to make sure that I didn't get into any trouble. And of course, I drove back. So, hey, Maddie,
Maddie. Hey, Maddie.
Hey, Maddie.
Yep.
he's building a
Maddie?
5-inch quad, but he's listening. So.
Oh,
But,
good.
But yeah, and I told my kids, don't, call us. Don't ever drive drunk. And of course, my youngest son Patrick, the one who printed up that dummy head for me,
Mhm.
he actually was drunk out at the state fair, which was everybody got drunk at the state fair back in the,
Back in the
early
day.
'90s. Yeah, back in the day, and they called us and. We went out there, and they wouldn't let him take off. They called us, and we came out there. I drove his car back, and Judy drove him back. And of course, she was driving, and he had to ride with her because she chewed his ass out all the way home.
Oh,
And
wow.
yeah, he got a little bit. He got mother's attention real fast. And
I bet. Yep. Mhm.
but yeah, the stuff we did back when I was young adult. I won't say mature, but a young adult, because I hadn't grown up yet. I shake my head sometimes, wondering how in the hell did I survive that?
Yeah. Mhm. Yep.
It's like I thought a good way to meet girls was to ride in the rodeo, so I rode bulls.
Oh, okay.
I fell off of most. I didn't really ride them. I just fell off of them a lot. Of course, probably didn't help that I was usually about half drunk by the time I crawled up on them.
Mhm.
I had
Yep.
a real bad problem back in the
Yeah.
'70s. So
You're lucky you didn't, bust up your shoulder, your knees, your hips.
I broke my arm, my right arm, and it had already been broken a couple of times, so it kind of messed up. And I did hurt my hip real bad. My right hip has still got a bad catch in it that
Okay.
it's boy, especially when weather's changing. Oh my God, I have to, and I can't lay on that side very often. I screwed that up working a rodeo and with saddle broncs. And anyways, but yeah, I did stupid stuff back then. I'm thinking, why in the hell would I do that? If I knew back then what I know now, I would have told my younger self, what
Okay,
the hell's the
guys.
matter with you?
I
Oh,
gotta
you're
go.
taking off, Dominic? Okay.
Oh, you leaving,
Yeah, I
Dominic?
gotta go.
Good night,
Enjoy
now.
the
Is
rodeo.
Justin starting up a show?
No, I'm having lunch with
Oh,
a
that's
few
right.
friends,
You're meeting
so-
your brother.
Ah,
Yeah.
okay.
Place
Me
a
and
bet for
Bubba.
me, Dom.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
will.
All right. Okay. All right. So Dominic is gone. Yeah, I guess standing next to the speaker of the Motorhead concerts,
Motorhead.
late 70s. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Probably not much good for my hearing. Well, no. And standing under jet engines while they're running, without ear protectors was not a good idea either, and screwed my hearing up.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
I found out why B-52s, when they're taking off, why they belch black smoke when they take off.
Why is that?
Well, you see, because they have to take off quickly, they have a charge that goes into each engine that turns the motor over, and it's about the size of a milk bottle. It goes up in there, and it has a charge in there that spins the engine.
The engine, yeah.
The turbine, and gets it going, and that's why it belches out black smoke when you see him taking off from the base.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah. Mark says jet engines are quiet. The Motorhead concerts. Yeah. I gotta admit, there's some of those concerts. And I used to. Yeah. If I'm not mistaken, Motorhead was the. Let's see. You can get rid of the heart now. Go to the edit live personalization. Click off reaction. Really?
Oh.
Okay. I wondered how you could do that.
Okay. You were going to say
let's see.
something. What was that about Motorhead?
Oh yeah, Motorhead. Yeah, they were the ones who did the entrance theme song for Triple H in the WWE wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
And because he was good friends with the one who died, but the head of he was the head of Motorhead. He was the main.
Lemmy.
I think he. Yeah, and yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Motorhead were formed by Remy, who was the bass player for Hawkwind. Yeah, and they did the theme song, the opening theme song for Triple H whenever he came in, and he did a tribute to him when he died because they had been good friends for years. And yeah, Lemmy, yeah. So, anyways, that's my knowledge of WWE wrestling.
Yep.
And by God, it's not fake. It's as real as the news we read every day.
John Stossel.
Yeah. It's as real as the news we read every day.
Or Richard Belzer.
Yeah, that. Yep. He got
on his show.
That was Hulk. Yeah, that was Hulk Hogan. I think that knocked him out. Yeah,
that sleeper hold, and he just went limp, and he let go, and he
let go and boom. Yeah,
and he had to get stitches on the back of his head,
and he ended up suing for that too. Yeah. He sued Hulk Hogan for that.
Right.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember who smacked John Stossel, but in my opinion, he didn't hit him hard enough. He should have smacked him a couple of more times just for the hell of it. You know.
Mm-hmm. Actually,
But,
John Stossel's a pretty conservative guy. He's more libertarian. And,
he is. Yeah.
He's
too bad it wasn't. What's the other guy that he did? Geraldo. Now Geraldo could have been slapped a couple of times and it wouldn't hurt my feelings at all. Yeah.
Right.
You know. I have no use for that. Never have had any use for him. Yeah. So glad he retired. But
Yep.
I only heard him say something one time that I felt was probably the most original, and probably the smartest thing. And that was when that terrorist attack happened in Paris,
Right.
or in France. And his
Oh,
daughter
yeah.
was over there. And
Right.
he just was, he suddenly like, let's destroy those people. He's like, all of a sudden he was a hardcore conservative for all of about
Mhm.
45 seconds. And then he went back to
Mhm.
being his whiny self again. But, Hawkwind are still touring, although only one of the original members are still alive.
Mhm.
And one time Ginger Baker played the drums.
Oh, wow. And Ginger
Started going,
Baker's not around anymore.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you
And
know
he
what
used to live
amazes me?
here in Colorado too.
Well, I think the Rolling Stones are probably the only band left that's got a good portion of its, main
Yeah.
members.
Well, except their drummer.
Their drummer, yeah, they've
Yeah.
got
Charlie
who-
Watt passed away about a year ago.
yeah. But
Yeah.
I mean, they're about the only one that's still touring with almost all their original group.
Well, that's because they've been embalmed with all the drugs.
I was going to say, yeah, they've been embalmed. Yeah, they're.
Mm-hmm.
How in the hell they're still alive?
Yeah.
Of course, when you look at Keith Richards, first off, he never ages.
Yeah.
He was born old and has stayed old ever since.
Mhm.
Yeah, he's born old and wrinkled. Did you see him in, I can't remember, what is it, Pirates of the Caribbean? I think it's his only
Yes, I
acting
did.
gig he ever did.
Yep.
That was
Mhm.
like, oh my God, that was perfect for him,
Yeah.
And yeah, Geraldo opening Al
Yep.
Capone's vault.
Yeah,
that was like
funny. There
Yeah,
was
that
one
was
bottle
hilarious.
in there. Okay, that's
Yeah, he built that thing up over like a month lead in,
Yep.
Oh, that's right. Kiss is still
By the way,
Still-
Kiss, Bill from Coast to Coast Drones is going to see them in Seattle.
ah. Oh yeah, I did see that. He
Yep.
said he mentioned that. That's right.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, he went
I
and
s-
saw Guns N' Roses when they came through.
Right. Well, I saw Kiss in their fairly early days. It was like, oh God, it had to be
In the 70s, yeah.
yeah, it was in the 70s. Yeah, it was they were doing I was
75.
Yeah, I think I saw them at about 77 because I was 76. 76 is when I saw them. They were in Vegas, just doing a short off the strip show,
Right.
And we were TDY there, which stands for Temporary Duty Yonder. Why it's temporary duty, but anyway, Temporary Duty Yonder. We were there for the let's see. I don't know if that was original or if that was Operation Red Flag or no. We were just testing one of the missile systems on the aircraft, and I was staying in a hotel there. It had a casino downstairs, and we were billeted there, and all of a sudden I saw that Kiss was going to be on the stage, and so I went down and it's off duty. Went down and watched them, and I thought, what the hell is this shit? Because it was like,
Go on,
Kiss,
rock and
what the
roll
hell?
all night.
That's a bunch of guys wearing makeup. What the hell's wrong with these guys? Who knew they'd be as famous as they are now? And
Mhm.
still, I mean, Gene Simmons is another one. He's sort of like, I just said his name a few minutes ago from
Right? Oh, yeah.
Rolling Stones. Yeah, Keith Richards. Yeah, Gene Simmons is another one that's he's hidden under the makeup so long nobody could tell whether he's old or young for all those years. And
Mhm.
you saw him in 82 and 80. It had to have been 76 when I saw him because that was the first time I went TDY, and boy, I had a good time. That was a great time. And I think I was still married. I was still married to my first wife, so I was kind of playing on the straight and narrow. I stayed out of trouble that month or so I was stationed there, but
Hmm.
Anyways, they just blew into town. They were, I think, coming through for whatever, and
Right.
just happened to be staying there. And I think they worked a deal that they got the rooms for free if they played at the casino downstairs. You know,
Right.
and yeah, and because like I said, it's 76, so that had to have been fairly early on. They were.
Hmm.
I can't
I
remember when they
saw
started.
AC/DC back in the mid to late 80s.
Oh, okay, yeah,
And
yeah,
saw Ozzy several times. Yeah.
right, yeah.
Let's see. I saw him with I think Jakey Lee. This was right after Randy Rhoads was killed, and
Okay.
then I saw with oh god I forgot oh I can't remember the current guitarist. Well, now he's not with them anymore, but yeah, I saw him a couple times after that, and haven't seen him because now concerts are so expensive. And
Oh yeah, who can afford to go to a friggin'
oh, I
concert?
know. I mean, the money that I spent for Jeff Dunham, I'm like, going, holy crap! But
Yeah, I know. I'm sitting
it's
there trying to. Yeah,
kind
I'm
of
sitting there
weird.
trying to come up with the money to go ahead and buy tickets. Hopefully
Right.
there's still some left. There were still some left when I checked. So,
Mm-hmm. He's
yeah,
going to be at the Belco Theater, which he used to play arenas. Now he's starting to, he's booking large theaters and not arenas anymore.
I think a lot of that has to do with he likes his audience just a little smaller so that he
Right.
has more
More
interaction with the
intimacy. Yeah.
audience.
Right.
More
Right.
intimacy.
Mm-hmm. Hey, we got Matt, Northeast Drones.
Yeah, hey Matt, welcome. I meant to send you a link too. I forgot to send him a
Mhm.
link.
Well, how
But
about Ron Lockwood? Did you send him a link?
no, is he in the chat? I forgot.
No, I
I
haven't
forgot.
seen him in the chat. I
No,
haven't
I forgot to
seen
send Lon Rock.
Ron
Well,
Rockwood.
Ron.
Yeah, that's like Don
I got
Lennard.
my tongue wrapped around my eye teeth and couldn't see what I was saying. It's my dyslexic
Mhm.
mouth.
Mhm.
Jesus. Ron Lockwood. No, I did not send him one, and I should have. So,
Mhm.
all right, Johnny D. He said he's heading
Oh,
in for dinner. So,
oh,
yeah, I'm
all right.
probably going to have dinner here
Yeah.
as soon as I get through with this show. But, anyways, but yeah, that's what you never know what you're going to hear on my show.
Yep.
Right now we're
That's
talking about.
that's right. Mhm.
Yeah, yeah, Lon Rockwood. Yeah, Ron Lockwood.
Ron
Yeah, I can't
Rockwood
believe.
and
Yeah,
Don Lennard. Yeah.
Don Leonard. Yeah, yeah, and I keep wanting to say it. You say that every so often, and I keep, man, I got. Yeah, he's Ron is probably hunting. He's probably
Yep.
doing.
Probably. Yep.
If he's not working at his new job, he's probably working
Right. Mm-hmm.
as a guide because this is his busy time of the year. So,
Mm-hmm.
uh,
Yep.
but yeah, so. Oh man, I tell you what, it's so Charles, what have you been up to?
Well, it's just today was grocery shopping day, and that always just takes a whole lot out of me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah.
Mom does what she can, but she's really only good to get out, get in the truck, get out, do one big shopping thing, and then
Right.
get back in the truck, and then when she finally gets out again when we get home.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And if we have any other additional stops, I've got to do. Now I'm not complaining because
Right.
I actually enjoy shopping, and I
Right,
shop
right.
fun places
Right.
like Trader Joe's. So I go into
Yeah.
Trader Joe's, and I'm like,
Yeah.
and I come
Yeah.
out with bags full of good stuff,
Right.
So, but it's
How old is your mother?
that's classified. If I tell you,
Oh, is it?
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
You'd have
I
to kill you.
understand. Well, you shouldn't. It's not polite to ask
And
a woman's
everybody else
age,
in the
anyways.
chat, so that wouldn't be good.
Yeah.
Yeah. That would be rough. Yeah, I'd lose my whole audience. My channel would go down.
Yeah.
Oh, Andrew.
Hey, Andrew. Yep.
Andrew.
And yeah, it's oh my goodness. You know what amazes me is I still got like there is a really nice lady that I'm friends with on Facebook, and she was one of the neighborhood mothers. There's two of them that are still alive, and she's one of the neighborhood mothers, and they're both in their I think they're both in their 90s now.
Wow.
And still going strong, you know. And it was one of those I was scared to ask. I'm keeping an eye on Judy here. I'm going to see what she's up to.
Right.
She just woke up, and I may have to.
Well, you're just a little over an hour right now, so.
Am I right at an hour? Yeah, I'm probably coming up to an hour. So yeah. So I may. She's just sitting on the edge of the bed, probably trying to figure out what's going on. She knows it's Monday, whether she realizes the time or not.
Right.
She's just trying to figure out what's going on. So, you know what I think I'm going to do? I'm going to go ahead and close down the show because I need to go take care of her. And I want to thank everybody. And besides, I'm not going to run over this time so that you guys can go watch a real drone channel. Drone Nation comes on in just about 5 minutes or 4 minutes. But I think I'm going to call it a night and go take care of Judy and make sure she's okay. And I want to thank you guys for being here. And guys in the stream, I want to thank you. Let's see if I can find this. And everybody, please like and subscribe. And thanks for coming in. I appreciate it, guys. I really do. So.
You're welcome.
And with that, I'm going to end the stream, and everybody have a great week this week, all right? We'll talk at y'all later. All right. Bye-bye. Catch you next week.